Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thank you for being here. My video bugged out on me today. Notice I got 4 trades plus 49 ticks. It's insane movement right now. We're at 226 mark. It's already past where, well, this is the 10995 and a 1.5p move down was 10854. We did run that. Didn't go quite 3p, but going to 3p move in the last 30 minutes doesn't happen an awful lot, but it does happen in high volatility like you have now. A 2p down move was 807, by the way. We did get there, but I'm out before that point. My exit was right in here. I was able to grab 49 ticks. I actually had a loss to start today. If we would have so I made up the loss on the second and third trade, and the fourth trade was the winner. I had the video going, and it just decided that it didn't want to work, and it just gone. So anyway, long story short, I was able to grab 49 ticks off of 4 trades. I used this mark right here as my selling point, 10.995, and I liked the trade because we were trading at the pivot point. And we had an awful lot of, I believe it was going to look like a break line. I drew a trend line on the chart, and I was talking about this trend line right here, and then the video stopped on me. So this was the trend line that I had on the chart, so I was talking about if we break through this, we're going to go, and we did. You can see my points of trying to sell this ahead of time, right around the pivot. Kind of was back and forth seesaw for a while, and then it finally did decide to break, and then I was able to grab a little bit of profit. I could have grabbed a lot more if I would have been able to stay in a little bit longer. So the bottom target that I got right now is, well, 3p target is 714. That was what I was looking for. That's what I had it set at. And my trailing stop got hit on the one contract. That was one contract trading, by the way. I was trading one contract. You can see the wide volume bars now coming in as we get ready to close out the open outcry. Very wide bars here as you see it trying to settle in here. Price settling in. Price discovery, right? We went as high as 116.57 today and as low as 106.43. Obviously you're trying to attempt that low. Here's your low at 106.43, excuse me. So nice little sell-off at the pivot point here and to close. That's what I was playing today. Long story short, sell-off into close at the pivot. That's basically what we were playing, to pull away from the pivot, as we were trading at the pivot pretty much most of the session, back and forth at the pivot point pretty much all morning long, from 8 o'clock all the way to today. And I was looking for a push back into the lows on a sell-off, and you can see the market looks like it's done selling for a little bit now, and we've passed the 230 mark. 130, I think we're at past. No, we're still at the 130 mark. 230 my time. 130 CST. We're looking for that 131 to print, and we'll call it a day. I was able to pull out a couple bucks. I didn't trade. I don't think I traded. Monday, I think, was a trade day I traded. I didn't trade Tuesday and Wednesday. I didn't like the market. It wasn't looking good. Today's the first day that it looked decent to try to attempt what I like to do, fading the market into close, fading a short or fading a long. This one, fading into the pivot point, wasn't the thing to do. Is fade away from the pivot point. So pushing away from pivot was the play right now. That's what I played. All right, so you know what? It happens. The video sometimes doesn't work, and just take advantage of what the market that lets you, allows you to do. So if we're looking at screen draw tool today, here's the same pivot. This is the same area that I was looking at selling right below pivot. This was the mark that we used to measure our 1.5p today. Incredible volatility. 1.5p was 141 ticks. If you would have caught it all the way from the 10,995 mark down to the 1.5p area, it would have been worth 141. Obviously, I was looking at it at this level. I was able to get about half of this move. I think I'd have had about 90 ticks to 80 ticks if I'd have caught the whole move. It went down and then came back and knocked me out. So that's what basically happened to me. So we caught the move coming through here, a sell in the close, pushing away from the pivot point. That's basically was my bottom line trade today that I took to get the money. And to move closer to, as you saw, I was at, after 2 days of trading in the step 2, and met 50,814, less commission costs, blah blah blah. So I looked at basically the 2 o'clock mark. So excuse me, the 1 o'clock mark CST, 2 o'clock my time. Here's where I was looking at from. Let's grab that screen draw one more time. So I was looking at the 2 o'clock mark roughly in this area. I was looking for a sell into or push away from pivot based upon all the stuff that we saw back here. We were trading at the pivot over and over and over again. I was looking at it to break through and head down after 2 solid days of just nothing but up. 3 days really if you look at the dailies. Pull this over here and we'll look at the daily chart quickly. Here's your daily chart. There's our push away from our area that we had defined on Monday. And we had 3 days up until the day decided to come down. So now you have a reversal bar coming in here. And maybe back down here we push back down again. I don't know. God only knows what's going to happen with craziness that we see in the world right now in the market, and us in America not pumping the oil and depending upon other people to pump oil for us and making deals with Iran. I mean, how stupid are we? Obviously, the puppet president that we got right now doesn't know the day of the week, let alone his first and last name. Just call him Corn Pop. You know, he's a puppet president. He's being controlled. He says whatever he can. You know, I mean, he's talking about, you know, he's moved to this. They say he moved to the centrist type of thing. But honest to goodness, you know, if you believe any of this baloney about the Great Reset and how they're just screwing everything up, it looks to me that they're trying to push for the global economy, right? Devalue everything and the Great Reset. Do some research on it. It just doesn't look like this is a normal thing to do. You know, when you're in trouble and you got a war, you know, you would think that you would use your own resources that you got if you're worried about one person having, you know, if you really want to cut off Russia, you got to cut off their energy. And we have the energy here in Alaska and pumping through Canada, you know. I mean, it's insane if you think about what we have and what we're not doing. Oh well. What can you do? I'm just a guy in front of a computer at a home that works at the casino full time and looking to keep on making money different ways as well. So working my way to funded. Pro funded account will be my goal. Get that to 10,000. So first step 2 now is what I'm in here to get to 53,000 is step 2, and then open up that pro funded account and grab 10,000 in profit. Man, with the volatility we got right now, whew, can happen within. Hey, you might be able to pull $10,000 out in a month if I can get next couple. If I can get tomorrow and get a nice trade. If I see it into next week, next week can easily get to the $3,000 mark with the volatility I got right now, and then move on to pro funded and grab myself 10,000 before the end of March into April. So and grab that money and say thank you very much, TopStep Trader. All right, that'll do it for me. Dave Knight here from 123daytrade.com. Be careful out there when you're trading. It's high volatility right now. I'm sure they've got all kinds of rules on the funded traders right now with the volatility that they see. And these last times I was in the funded account, we had high volatility. They put a lot of constraints on the traders and what they can and can't do. I'm assuming they probably did something right now as well. I haven't seen anything come out from them, but it wouldn't surprise me that they've got some kind of constraints on the funded traders right now. As you well know, if you've been watching me, I've been funded many, 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 many times in the past, and looking to get funded again and use OPM, other people's money, to pay myself, as I always do. All right, Dave Knight, 123 Day Trade. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. 30-minute day trading, right? That's the idea that we're working on, and we'll continue our journey together. Bye for now.